Billy the Mountain, Billy the Mountain, a regular picturesque postcardy mountain, residing between lovely Rosamond and Gorman, with his stunning wife, Ethel. A tree, a tree. Billy was a mountain, Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Billy was a mountain, Billy was a mountain, Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Billy had two big caves for eyes, with a cliff for a jaw that would go up and down. And whenever it did, he'd pop out some dust and hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder. Hack up a boulder. Billy was a mountain, Billy was a mountain, Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Where's postcarding mountain, postcarding mountain, residing between lovely Rosamond and Gorman, with him Billy has a mountain. Billy was a mountain, Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Billy was a mountain, Billy was a mountain, Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Ethel was a tree growing off of his shoulder. Billy had two big caves for eyes, with a cliff for a jaw that would go up and down. And whenever it did, he'd puff out some dust and hack up a boulder. 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 Hack up a boulder.
One day, now I believe it was on a Tuesday, a man in a checkered double-knit suit drove up in large Eldorado Cadillac leased from Bob Springs, where the freeways meet in Downey, and he laid a huge bulging envelope right at the corner of Billy the Mountain. That was right where his foot was supposed to be. Now Billy the Mountain, he couldn't believe it. All those postcards he posed for all of those years, and finally, now at last, his royalties. Royalty! Royalty check is in, honey! Yes, Billy the Mountain was rich! Yes, and his eyeball caves widened in amazement. His jaw, which was his cliff, well, it dropped 30 feet. A bunch of dust puffed out, rocks and boulders hacked up, crushing the Lincoln! I gave him the money, he acted real funny. He hocked up a rock and it totaled my car. Oh, do you know any trucks might be bound for the valley? I don't want to stand here all night in this bar. Dear Lord, I don't want to stand here all night in this bar. Oh shit, I don't want to stand here all night in this bar. At 2 o'clock, when the bars are already closed down, Billy had already broken the big news to Ethel. Ta-da! And with dust and boulders everywhere, Billy, choked with excitement, announced, Ethel, we're going on a vacation. Yes, and they were going on a vacation. Oh, Ethel, 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 like any little woman. She, of course, was very excited. She pricked a little bit, and some old birds flew off of her. Billy told Ethel they were going to, yes, they were going to New York. Ethel Ethel, we're going to New York. We're going to New York. But first they were gonna stop in Las Vegas. It's off to Las Vegas to check out the lounges, pull a few handles and drink a few beers. Oh, Ethel, Ethel, my darling, you know that I love you. Oh, Ethel, I'm glad we could have a vacation this year. Oh, we're so glad we could have a vacation this year. Lift at night, crunching across the Mojave Desert, their voices echoing through the canyons of your minds. Ethel want to get a cup of coffee. Howard Johnson's, Howard Johnson's, Howard Johnson's, Howard Johnson's. As a Howard Johnson's want to eat some clams. The first noteworthy piece of real estate they destroyed was Edwards Air Force Base. And to this very day, wingnuts and data reduction clerks alike speak in reverent whispers about that fateful night when test stand number 1 and the rocket sled itself got launched. I said launched by a famous mountain in and his small wooden wife. Word just into the KTTV news service undeniably links this mountain and his wife to drug abuse and payoffs as part of a San Joaquin Valley smut ring. However, we can assure parents in the Southern California area that a recent narcotics crackdown in Torrance, Hawthorne, Lomita, Westchester, Playa del Rey, Santa Monica, Tujunga, Sunland, San Fernando, Pacoima, Silmar, Newhall, Canoga Park, Palmdale, Glendale, Irwindale, Rolling Hills, Granada Hills, Shadow Hills, Chevio Hills will provide the secret evidence the Palmdale grand jury has needed to seek a criminal indictment and pave the way for stiffer legislation, increased federal aid, and avert a crippling strike of bartenders and veterinarians throughout the Inland Empire. Within a week, Jerry Lewis had hosted a telethon to raise funds for the injured and homeless in Glendale. Yes, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when little Howard Kaplan was sitting on his porch, just playing, having a nice time with his little accordion. And this weird wind came direct from Glendale, blowing these terrible germs in his direction. And all of this caused by a huge mountain. RTM! Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, sucking up 2/3 of it. Suck! For untimely dispersal over vast stretches of watts. Now, unless I misunderstood, it was right outside of Columbus, Ohio, when Billy received his notice to report for his induction physical. Now let me tell you, Ethel said she wasn't gonna let him go. I'm not gonna let you go, Billy. That's right. We know that you've heard reports from an informed Orange County minister that Ethel is still an active communist, and it's this reporter's opinion that she also practices common witchcraft. was about this time that the telephone rang in the secret briefcase belonging to the one mortal man who might be able to stop all this senseless destruction and save America herself. I'm sorry to disappoint some of you. It was not Chief Reddin. This one man was Studebaker Hulk, fantastic new superhero of the current economic slump. Now some folks say he looked like Zubin Mehta. Still others say, bullshit, honey. He's just another greasy guy who happened to be born next to the frozen beef pies at Boney's Market. Still others say, John, piss on you, Jack. Still others say, bullshit, honey. He's just another greasy guy who happened to be born next to the frozen beef pies at Boney's Market. Still others say, John, piss on you, Jack. He's just a crazy Italian who drove a red car. You see, nobody ever really knew for sure, because Studebaker was so mysterious. He was so mysterious. He was so mysterious. 'Cause when a person gets to be such a hero, folks, and marvelous beyond compute, you can never really tell about a guy like that, whether he's really a nice person, or if he just smiles a lot, or if he just smiles a lot, or if he has a son named Pinocchio, or what. Whether he's really a nice person, or if he has a son named Pinocchio, or what. Some men say he could fly, some men say he could swim, others say he could sing like Neil Sedaka, and all the girls in Flushing would be amazed of him. Amazed of him, amazed. Time passes. January, February, March, July, Wednesday, August, Irwindale, 2:30 in the afternoon, Sunday, Monday, funny cars, Walnut, Friday, City of Industry, Big John Mazzavania. So when the phone rang in the secret briefcase, a strong masculine hand with a Dudley do-right wristwatch and flexi bracelet grabbed it and answered in a deep, calmly assured voice. So, yeah, hello already. What? Well, yeah. Are you kidding? You're not kidding. A mountain with a tree growing off of its shoulder? Oh, you're full of shit, man. Listen, by the way, before I go on, did you get those white albums I sent you with the pencil on the front? Yeah, you should move some of those for me. We're having a lot of. Listen, so kiss little Jakey on the head. And how's your wife's hemorrhoids? Oh, that's too bad. So you've got a mountain with a tree, listen, causing. Oh my, well, let me write this down, sort of take a few notes here. Yeah, the El Segundo, causing untold destruction. My baby, wanted for draft evasion, an expense account, and per diem too. Some men say he could dance. They said he could dance, and of course they were right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The Studebaker Hulk dancing lesson. Wanted for draft evasion, an expense account, and per diem too. Some men say he could dance. They said he could dance, and of course they were right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The Studebaker Hulk dancing lesson. My baby, wanted for draft evasion, an expense account, and per diem too. Some men say he could dance. They said he could dance, and of course they were right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The Studebaker
Studebaker hook, dancing lesson. My baby, my baby. What if a draft evasion and expense account and party too? Some men say he could dance. They said he could dance, and of course they were right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is in the Studebaker hook, dancing lesson and cosmic bell. Draft evasion and expense account and party imperium too. Left hand from the heart, right hand from the heart, left hand from the left shoulder to the heart. Feel more, feel more, feel more, feel more. Feel more, feel more, feel more, feel more. We can dance like Studebaker. So many rulers have spread about Studebaker. Oh, ruler, consider this ruler which was published. A ruler of the 3 weeks ago in Studebaker Hall, and like the Lord's Prayer, on the head of a pin, on the head of a pin. I'm so hip. Beef pies. He was born next to the beef pies. Underneath Joni Mitchell's autograph picture, right beside Elliot Roberts' Big Bang book, next to the boat where Crosby flushed away all his stash, and the cops got him in the boat and drove away to the can where Neil Young slipped another disc, frozen by the pies, frozen by the pies, frozen by the pies. And that was the main influence on him, the influence of a frozen beef pie. Only springing into action, he phoned his wife and ran a modeling school, whereupon he ran around the back of the Broadway at Hollywood Boulevard and vying to see if he could find himself some big, large, unused cardboard boxes. Oh shit! After which he hit up the Ralphs on Sunset for some Aunt Jemima syrup, some Kaiser broiler foil, and a pair of blunt scissors. Hey, hey! Yes, yes! And in the parking lot of Ralph's, where no prices are lower prices than Ralph's, in the parking lot of Ralph's, in between a pair of customized trucks where nobody was looking, he cut out some really, really, really nice wings, and he covered them thoroughly with foil. Thoroughly with foil. Then he took those wings and wedged one under each of his powerful arms and sneaked into a telephone booth. Yes, yes! And then he shut the fucking door and he pulled down his blue denim policeman-type trouser pants, and he spread even amounts of Aunt Jemima maple syrup all over the inside of his legs. Soon the booth was filling with flies. He held open the legs of his boxer shorts so they could all get in, yes. And when each and every one of those little cock-sucking flies had gone into his pants and they were lapping up all that maple syrup, he bent over and he put his head between his legs and he said in a very clear, impressive, Ron Hubbard-type voice, New York, and the booth and everything lifted up out of the parking lot and into the sky. Studebaker hook, yeah, yeah, Studebaker hook, Studebaker hook. Studebaker hook, yeah, yeah, Studebaker hook, Studebaker hook. He's coating his legs with Aunt Jemima syrup up and down. His shorts will be filled with flies that will be buzzing all around. He's coating his legs with Aunt Jemima syrup up and down. His shorts will be filled with flies that will be buzzing all around.
Studebaker hook, he's really out of sight. Studebaker Hawk, he does it every night. Studebaker Hawk, he treats the flies all right. Studebaker Hawk, that's why they never bite. Hey, please to New York, fly to New York. He could be a dog or a frog or a lesbian queen. Fly to New York, he could be a narc or a lady marine. Or he might play dirty, he's over 30, getting old, say, I don't know. His peculiar attire and the flies he require keep leading him on, cause Ethel is gone. They keep leading him on, cause Ethel is gone, and the mountain she's on. And speaking of mountains, we'll join Studebaker Hawk on the edge of Billy the Mountain's mouth. Take it away.
Yeah, Billy, listen. I've come to reason with you. Our great country needs you in the armed forces. Your number came up. You can't go on running like this forever.
Oh, but Ethel just shook her twigs angrily. But Studebaker Hawk, calm, cool, collected, and unperturbed, continued.
Yeah, well, listen, you communist son of a bitch. You better get your ass down there for your fucking physical, or I'll see to it that you get used for fill dirt in some impending New Jersey marsh reclamation. And your girlfriend there will wind up disguised as a series of brooms, primitive ironing boards, or a doghouse. Get the picture?
Yeah, well, Billy just laughed.
Ho 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 ha ha ha! If they think they're gonna draft me, they're crazy!
Unfortunately, because Studebaker Hawk was standing on the edge of Billy the Mountain's mouth when the giant mountain laughed, Studebaker Hawk lost his footing and fell screaming 200 feet into the rubble below. Oh! I'm gonna need a truss! Oh, listen, that only goes to show you, and it'll show you once again that a mountain is something you don't want to fuck with. You don't want to fuck with. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck with Billy.
No!
And don't fuck with Ethel. You saw what just happened to the guy with the flies. Don't fuck around. 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 Don't fuck around with Biddly, 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 Billy the Mountain in. Eddie, are you kidding? Eddie, are you kidding? Oh, I forgot to mention, this is where we take our intermission. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. We'll be back.
Someone knew this once again. And after aching to kill me the whole life, and turns out of his heart, he caused drink against. Whoa! You know what a someone that, and that when you get the piece of life and pissing on your enter do. I can see that before this in hating, cause it's like a long time and step at his heart. You Johnny. I know this life is when making a kudos case in someone and makes you understand. I understand this once again, pussing. For finish without Johnny. Don't you need but the appreciation, pussing this heart. I'm just Johnny. That's pussing, and this name can't be in the mist at the floor for 4 years, plucked in the days. And just like sick you pussing. Don't you not the sick you pussing the savage life.